Long before Celtics-Lakers, it was Celtics-Sixers.
We couldn't have done this back in the day.
No. Boston and Philly do not like each other as sports communities.
You know, this is really a rivalry, because when you're ready to duke it out.
Yeah. Doc.
Check you out, man.
How you doing, man?
All right.
Good to see you. Everything good?
Straight up, man. I'm fine.
Good.
Awesome.
That was just yesterday. We were those young guys doing that, wasn't
Look at all
it?
that hair you got, man.
And this storied history of tremendous rivalry in professional basketball takes on a new chapter.
The Philadelphia 76ers versus the Boston Celtics.
My first time playing against you, and I think the guys knew I was kind of excited to play against you. They're all like, hey, Rook, do not be going up shaking Doc's hand or anything like that. They're the enemy.
Another Boston-Philadelphia classic.
I was excited every time we played against you guys, and I loved the challenge of guarding you, but I liked guarding.
You get out there, you have this wingspan. I said, I might as well just take a jump shot. He's all the way down here.
Julius blocked by McHale.
So ML Carr tells me, he says, you got to make Doc go left. I said, okay, I'll make him go left. And you go right. I'm playing pretty far on your right hand. When you came back and dunked on me, so I came over the bench, and I'm like, damn. And he goes, well, I didn't say it was easy. I just said you got to make him go left. He said, he's one of the best players who ever played. There was an air about you guys in the Celtics that I really found as a rookie to be kind of like, ooh, this is different.
Welcome to the NBA Championship Playoffs. Tonight, the Eastern Conference Finals. The Philadelphia 76ers visit the Boston Celtics.
So in '81, we win the first game up in Boston. Then you guys come back and win game 2.
Erving putting the moves on McHale.
And we play a really tight game down there in Philly, and we lose.
Philadelphia has been magnificent, and that game is over.
We lose game 4, and I'm like, ooh, this isn't good.
6 seconds to go. Boston doesn't call time. Archibald intercepted by Bobby Jones, and the game is over.
It's a tight one-possession game, and Bobby Jones does what he does, makes a great defensive play. That allowed you guys to win game 4 and go up 3-1. And you knew that it's just going to be a war from here on in.
This series is developing into a counter-puncher's delight, a desperate situation for the Celtics.
I wasn't the type of guy to take stuff for granted. 3-1, I mean, it felt good, but it was by no means a foregone conclusion.
Game number 5 of this Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics must win 3 straight.
Then going in Boston, losing the next game, you had one to play with, but, coming into Philly, it's like, man, you have to feel good coming home.
Coming down to your place, I remember this is it. I mean, game 6, we're going back to Philly. We parked the bus, and you had that tunnel where you go down. So we come out of the bus. There were people lined up there just to yell at us. And so I looked up and I went like, did you come out here this morning just to yell at us?
Yeah.
And they go, yeah. I said, you're dedicated fans, but I tell you what, I'll give you this. There was an intensity, and there was a really resolve on our team, like we got to give everything we got.
They know that they haven't won in 10 tries here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, and that's why they want to go back to Boston, winning this afternoon.
We got into a dogfight. Back and forth.
Back and forth, exactly.
Back and forth.
The Celtics trying to break a jinx here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. They need to do it to force Game 7.
We really got after him. There was a lot of physical play.
I think you got me on my arm one time. There's still a problem.
There's the buzzer, and that is it. The Boston Celtics stay alive.
I remember coming off the court going like, wow, we won.
Win.
Yeah, I almost was like, of course you want to win and everything, but in your back of your mind, you're thinking,
Only experience can warn you of the problems that come along with being overconfident. So when you guys came back and suddenly it's 3-3 and then we're going to Boston, obviously you guys have momentum.
Walking into Game 7, the place was electric. The fans were just cheering and they were on their feet.
Look what is going on. A standing ovation from the crowd of 15,320. They are telling the Celtics that they are behind them.
Every time I went into Boston Garden, somebody always had this red jersey from my UMass days.
Okay, all right.
I spot them out. I say, yeah, I got somebody up there. I'm all right. Somebody got my back.
You got to
in
get
case
a
something
UMass.
goes down here.
The two teams were really even, just came down to guys making a play.
Philadelphia can win the Eastern Finals if they hold on to this lead with 1:51 remaining in the fourth quarter. You can hear a pin drop in the Boston Garden right now.
The play that I remember was, Bird on the left side,
Yeah.
sticking that bank shot. So that was like a relief for you guys, and it was deflating for us.
Larry's bank shot put us up, and all of a sudden there was a feeling like, I think we can do it,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we can
Not
do
sure.
it.
If we do not have anything, you cannot hit, Doc. We'll hit you, and our guards will set the screen, and we'll pop out. Okay? Let's go, guys.
Bird will defend. Here it is.
So it's a close game. And 1 second left. We tried to throw a lob to the basket. And all I remember is jumping as high as I could. The ball sails over the backboard. And I was like, Houston, we got a problem.
It's over. The Boston Celtics have won it, and they go crazy at Boston Garden.
It could have gone either way, like you said. So the stage was being set for what was next.
This is the third straight year these two teams are meeting in the Eastern Conference Finals.
82, we're right back in the conference finals
Right
again.
back in the finals.
And the same thing
and we have
happens.
identical records.
Exactly.
The previous series sets it up. We go into Boston, we win.
Yeah.
We got a split. Win 2 games, so now it's 3-1.
Last year, Boston trailed 3 games to 1, came back to win it in 7. The question, will history repeat?
We go back to Boston, you guys win. And Red always either heated it up or froze us out where we got in there.
He bolted your window shut, so if it got hot, you weren't opening up the windows in that place.
Those were shenanigans.
Yeah.
So it takes a good leprechaun to do some shenanigans.
Julius Erving said, I'm tired of being asked about last season's collapse. Well, I'm afraid the questions aren't going to be over yet because we're headed for Game 7 at Boston Garden.
Coach Cunningham, fellas.
Coach, this is last year all over again. Can the Sixers come back this time?
Nobody on the planet gave us a chance of winning that 7th game in Boston.
Including us. I think we thought, okay, we got it again.
We get to the arena, right? All this mail was in our boxes. It was like hundreds of them. And here we were saying it's just us. And these letters were saying, no, it's not just you. We may not be there in Boston, but we're with you.
I'd have found those letters. I'd have burned every one of those letters before you guys looked at them. Every one of them I'd have burned.
And the story is about to unfold. Boston and Philadelphia, another Game 7 of this rivalry.
For 3 quarters, we played even, like we always played even. And then, that 4th quarter, it just happened for us.
A lot of people are saying that Philadelphia handled the pressure of deja vu, and so far they've been equal to it. Andrew Toney hitting the shots, and he has been key.
You guys had a big stretch in that 4th that just separated it and we couldn't
Just
catch up.
opened it, and that's when they started saying beat LA.
LA, beat LA.
The crowd started saying beat LA.
And you hear the crowd is chanting to the Sixers, beat LA.
Beat LA, that's great. Let's listen.
And it was kind of over at that point.
I think it was our destiny, Kevin. I actually think it was.
The Philadelphia 76ers have won the Eastern Conference Championship.
Prior to that time, the thinking it was just us against the world.
No one thought the Sixers could win. No one, with the possible exception of the Sixer players themselves.
I remember walking in the locker room and thinking,
Now you're batting 50%.
I only won half the championships I played in. But I remember thinking, man, this isn't supposed to end like this. It was devastating. I remember the city was almost in shock.
I got to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
And you can't take anything for granted.
That didn't make me feel any better about it. I wish the hell we'd beat you guys.
It was our time. It was meant to be.
Playing against you in that Philly team made me a better player.
You guys made me a better player, too. Each and every time I walked in the Boston Garden, I knew I had to be at my best.
People think that you keep these grudges your whole life. Man, we played hard, Doc, and we got after it, and I was doing everything I could to beat you. It was a fierce rivalry, but at the end, like I say, a lot of those old wounds, they kind of fade over. Oh, good seeing you, my man.
Oh, man.
Always.
Solid, man. Keep it real.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.